Well, as mentioned, FaZe have won the tiebreaker, but there's still a score to settle. It's Astralis versus Immortals head-to-head. Our last set, no matter what happens, because the victor of this is number 2 in the group. If Astralis beat Immortals, the Immortals therefore are 0-2. If Immortals beat Astralis, Astralis therefore are 0-2.
Well, there you go. Matthew, I think we've got our heads around it. I think we've set the scene quite nicely now. It still will be train. It's the way it worked is every team got to veto 2 maps each out of the 7-map pool. We're left to train. Everyone's playing it round robin. And here we are.
I have a question.
Go on.
Which map would you choose if you could choose any to do this on? Not based on what team you are.
I would have said originally, if it was the old map pool, I said Dust 2s. I think that would be amazing.
I would have agreed with that.
But now I would say Inferno. I think that would also be really cool because that's when we're going to see all the things people have got there up their sleeve, right? The stuff they've been saving for the big games. That's when we're going to see it come out. And this kind of okay, this is worth getting to the semi-final. But let's bring out the Hail Mary strat. Let's do whatever we've got left in the tank. And that's what I would like to have seen just to see how cool Inferno can be because we haven't really seen any really epic games on that map yet.
And just to be clear, it's not like we randomly selected the map, and that's why I'm asking Henry. It is each team bans 2 7 maps. The one that's left, that's what we play. That's what we got trained. And although it will not apply, just to clarify the point what I was making about 4-3, the last overtime we just saw would have been counted as 4-2 because that's how it ended. If it gone to another set, it would have been 4-3. So that's how that whole differential kind of works, but that no longer applies.
Well,
this settles it all.
The music begins, Matthew. That signifies that we're getting into the final game of this evening, I guess. The final tiebreaker, Astralis versus Immortals. All on the line now. This is just deciding seedings. Like you said, FaZe are already in the semi-finals. It's worked out who gets the better seed out of Group A here. So it's going to be Immortals on the T side, Astralis on CT. Device getting with me, of course, but it's going to be dupreeh to open things up. Henny, he loses his sniper rifle straight away. Interesting decision to run down, pop it up by himself. No flashbang used. Free kill almost for dupreeh there.
I think he might have thought they weren't going to be that close that early. Try and catch them off to get down in position sooner rather than later. But as you mentioned, not the right call. Device tagged to 24, meanwhile. Does have to back off and be a little more passive on the B site, giving Xyp9x a little more ground over toward upper. They'll play it a bit differently. Glaive is still down below, and dupreeh is there to trade. So even if they want to go on Glaive with the pop flash, dupreeh is there, double one, fires in, dupreeh comes in. That's exactly why you play too close. And Astralis have a commanding foothold in this first round of what will be our last set or sets, because remember, you could do this into a double overtime scenario. As Lucas and FNX remain to try and battle on. It's dupreeh low, Device tagged on 24 and Glaive damaged. It's not necessarily impossible, but it's not likely that they'll be able to pull this back, all things considered. I say that to make it more vibrant if they do, because that's how much effort it would take being down in this 5 versus 2.
Well, Astralis want to make sure they keep everyone alive here. So FNX and Lucas trying to do what they can, 30 seconds remaining, but that's going to be a nice clean round there from Astralis. All kicked off with that fast play from Henny towards Popdog, trying to open things up quickly as he possibly could, but just ran into the crosshair of dupreeh. Round over. After that, a clean sweep for Astralis. They are very good on train. So Immortals, not known for their T sides from what we've seen today map. They had a shocker on Cash, a shocker on Mirage, but their CT sides have been tremendous. So very likely a 3-0 could come in now.
And he will get ready with his op to see if there's going to be, if there will be any corner aggression. It also anchors the position to allow them to cross steal over by Device, who's allowed 1 to bypass, but it's still waiting at the bottom of the ramp at B. Meanwhile, Lucas goes back up toward the showers. He'll head down toward the brown halls. Usually need a shower. After steal wrecks Device, I certainly would say he needs a shower. It's dupreeh down below. Ladder to climb. Molotov thrown, has to get away from it, tries to get damage in while he's still available. Enough smoke immediately goes down to extinguish the flames. But does he look to try and flank if they go toward B? Because if he does, in a 4 versus 4 and he's caught, it could be in the post plants, impossible. And Immortals would have a
Look at FNX. Oh my god, how has he got here undetected? This is insane. He doesn't even have to take shots at that. He can go all the way to CD spawn, kill the players inside. You can see his teammates on the minimap right now adjusting towards inner. He has gotten a godlike position here. This should be round completely tied up.
Xyp9x is going to have no idea. Back's turned. It's low HP.
He doesn't have to pull the trigger here. Be careful. See what else is here first. Okay, he goes for it. Now spots a second, so it's okay.
They know where Glaive is. Henny's able to spot out immediately and take him down, but you're right. FNX, all the information available, will allow a bomb plant for Immortals to return serve to Astralis. So, Immortals were back and forth the entire time with FaZe. It took us 3 overtimes to settle that score. They seem to want to settle this one early with Astralis and leave us with likely a very close matchup. KRB versus 4. There will be no need to save in the third round to try and just get guns down, perhaps do what he can in the situation. Might as well go for everything, but FNX says no way, not going to happen. And I think he came in through Ivy without even being considered, so that was very sneaky on his behalf.
Well, one all comes in, and FNX, that was unbelievable how he can get that sort of position completely undetected. That's so rare. And pretty much single-handedly wins the round by himself at that point. Round number 3 comes in. I
think that was the observer agreeing that he did come in from Ivy, that little head shake.
Ah, there we go.
There you go.
Does it again. And it's going to be fast play towards outside. We've seen a lot of fast plays in this format so far. And here we go once again. Steel only has a Glock, though. Has he left his weapon in spawn?
I'm confused, and I will go look, because that is a bit peculiar in the fact that
no way.
He does have 1,600 left over. Someone would have been able to throw him something. I don't see a gun in spawn. There is a gun. There's an AK down in spawn.
He's left it in spawn. Oh, no. And his teammates are committed as well. He's got the bomb.
He's going back for it.
Yep.
He'll go get it. I don't think he realized it was dropped, or that he must have not realized he didn't pick it up.
Luckily, no one's gone down here. They've got map control. It's not a big deal. But if they lost that round then and there, that would have been so embarrassing.
Well, it does work out in the end. He's got it picked up. And Bolt, more importantly, has the opening kill. It's Dupree that will go down. It's been 12 hours of Counter-Strike today now. As we go past the 11 o'clock PM time local. Or I suppose if we do the 24-hour thing, the 2200 mark. As you would say, Henry G. Meanwhile, Xyp9x playing from Taz finds one. Steel still able to slip down the lane, only for one kill though, because Xyp9x falls back slightly and is able to catch him in his motion. It leaves the advantage with Astralis. They try and go for the bomb plant. Xyp9x stands tall once more. They know Lucas is on the ramp. He's going to try and back away and go toward the A site instead. But Glaive is still waiting at the bottom of Pop Dog. Lucas missing the jump straight down. Created by Glaive. Astralis, the round advantage.
2-1. Bit of a strange round, that one. Quite rare to forget your gun at Counter-Strike. Quite an important part of the game.
Oh, yeah.
To be fair, though, it didn't cost. That wasn't the reason they lost the round, so it's not that much of a big deal. But just, I guess,
we just like to.
As the night goes on, the madness ensues.
Well, we just like to point out fun things. That's all. Yeah. The abnormalities.
Okay, then. Well, Astralis have the lead for now. Into the second half, of course, they switch over. Orb comes in with Device. And we'll see whether they can open things up here. No crazy buys from Immortals here. And I've been seeing a lot of people talking on Twitter about the FaZe decision to go with those 4 UMPs and the 1 AWP, and like maybe that's what Ali was discussing when he was walking down the line.
I was thinking that maybe when it happened, but I think Ali was just pep talking. It wasn't like he was having. You do that to everyone all at once. You wouldn't go one at a time.
Anyway,
I mean maybe, but that crossed my mind, but I don't think that's what that was. Xyp9x. FNX, unless they talked about it before and he wanted to confirm it, but takes down FNX. It's Lucas to get Xyp9x back, but it's Astralis that look like they may have done enough to pull this back to a winnable situation. Low HP for Glaive, but he has forced the man out of control room. Henny's got no ground to walk on, tries to catch him in transition as well. The bomb has been left down beside the train, just behind Glaive's position. And the reason I mention that is because at a minute 11 and low HP on Glaive, they've got to make a move to try and grab that. And if they go up 3-1 and get a map point, they'll have some room to work with, but Bolts has been evasive. He slipped down and Device, he looked at it, but then gave up on the thought. Bolts gonna go in behind him, spots both, round over, just to be sure.
But that's really nice. It's always so scary to make that decision to not take the player right in front of you, especially in an overtime scenario as well. But he nails it. He's obviously can see the Device is covering the plant coming in as well. Takes that plant down. That's always a correct decision sort of thing. Just make sure that doesn't go down whatsoever. And then finish off the job as well. To be fair, if I'm talking like official Counter-Strike 101, you take down the player who's the risk first. So the guy who's planting the bomb right, he can't kill you. So you want to be killing the guy in front of you straight away first, and then you take the bomber down. But either works, you know. It all pays off in the end.
KRB outside of Ivy. Dupree's going to jump across B. The shot!
See ya.
But he's caught. Henny, nicely placed bullet from the AWP. And KRB is now left alone thinking, well, that didn't work. What now? Stay to the corner, pulls to pop out. That'll do. At least gets one back for his troubles, and he's also got a bit of support. He's brought Device down.
That doesn't really make sense in Bolts, does it? There's a run boost there. He knows that's happened. They've boosted over, and there's obviously going to be another player there. So why would you give a kill away for absolutely nothing?
The only fathomable situation is that he thought the second player would retreat, having lost that situation.
But it's just not worth the risk.
Exactly. No matter what the thought is, it's not worth it. Zipix on top of the railing tries and does successfully spot toward the corner where Steel entered, but he's backed off because a flash came through and he himself did not get much information. So Zipix gets a little more aggressive, but it's all for naught at this point in time. They're just setting up inside Brown Hall's potential for execution on B.
Yeah, that's more than likely at this point. 45 seconds remaining. 4 players actually on that side of the map. Swing towards connector. Flashbangs go in. Molotov the site if you want to as well. Push down those backtracks, and it's up to Steel now. He'll be waiting by the bomb train to defend. He's got backup from Lucas, and that backup has now been eradicated.
Steel, though, spots 2 jumping down. That's traded because he can't get the angle in the second. Kirby goes too far, and he just walked into it.
I think it was behind him as well, so like he had to commit. And he's hoping to just get 1 tick and be alive, but he's 4 HP. And it's now FNX making this a possibility. Device on 40 HP.
And you're right, it was behind him when the camera switched. I didn't think it had gone that far yet, but it is a 1 versus 1, and a very important 1 versus 1 at that, because it becomes the first set point. FNX closer, Device catches, Astralis need 1, and they will finish number 2 in the group, Immortals number 3. They both have to play a quarterfinal, but this will determine, based on how tomorrow's games go, who they would play. Nice shot.
So that's what I'm saying. So Dupree, that the only way he can get that height in the jump is from a teammate, right? He can't do that by himself. So the fact that Bolt to get that man advantage, and then he pushes in and dies, like you say, they could be falling back, but they definitely almost couldn't be as well. So you need to think, in terms of risk/reward, what was the best decision to make there? They end up losing that round, and I think he'll feel a little bit silly for that decision. But anyway, it's round number 6 here. FNX to open things up, though. He takes down Dupree.
Decent shot at that. That's when to go aggressive that time. When you're not down a man, when you don't have information, go get it. Works. Steel will find Zipix. They've got a 2-man advantage. We might hit second set for Immortals on this map again. Device, AWP looks towards Z. Lucas hits the shot. It looks very likely now in a 1 versus 5. We go to a double overtime, double set scenario.
Do it all again.
To determine exactly who finishes second and third in the group. FaZe are gone. They've left the building likely at this point. They're going to bed.
They're popping the champagne.
Actually, yeah, they got 2 days off. Why not?
Yep. Enjoy yourselves, lads.
I wouldn't.
No, you'd be on the waters.
I would be on the waters with Chad, but we would probably, if I was in their shoes, pop the champagne after the tournament's over. At this point, you've got a team, you've got Nico, you're playing well. Look for wins. Look for the entire tournament, not just successes of getting out of groups.
Yeah, they'll have plenty of time to practice in road. Like the good thing about IEM, we talked about it earlier, you've got these booths to the players inside right now. Every team has got one of those. So you can come here, practice, you get the internet connection, play online.
Yeah, so just to clarify, where they're playing right now is an open sort of backdrop for camera's sake. The other group today had their own cubicles where they're inside their own rooms. So they can actually talk tactics, draw things out, and not have to worry about everyone staring in and seeing what they're up to, seeing what they're practicing. Tomorrow that swaps. Everyone from this group that's moved on will have the cubicles. Sure. Everyone from the cubicles comes out to play their games.
Well then, here we go. Still aggressive towards the lower ramp. Not going to be fully committing at this point, but everything has been reset. I must point that out once again, but FNX Flash, he's going to find himself in a world of trouble here as Dupree takes him down. 5 on 4 just like that, but still does stripe in the back. Can't find the kill. There's a good grenade. Surely it takes him down. Zipx drops 4 on 3.
Well placed. Lucas shot on Kirby. This has turned fast, considering FNX was completely blinded off in the open. They've turned it around. Device claws back ever so slightly. But how sharp are the talons? Because he's got at least another kill to find before it's even, and then more to take the advantage and get a bomb down. He's inside of A. He's caused some chaos on rotation back that direction. Bombs in the hands of Glaive. It's going to head out from Pop Dog. Steel still on B. But Device, AWP getting closer. If you look toward Old Bomb, it's a linear perspective, an easy shot. Lucas goes in, and the smoke is out. That's the wrong time, and now Glaive has problems. Tries to take the exchange with Lucas to no avail. 4-3. And 1-0 in our second set for Immortals.
My God, these tiebreaker games have been so good to watch. So many interesting plays coming in. The tactics and the rulebook's been thrown out the window. And still, he seems to be relentless to push that inside area. He's been doing it a lot today, and it's timing it to perfection as well. Astralis did not see him coming, comes towards Pop Dog, shuts him down. And here we are, round number 2. Immortals take the lead, 4-3. Twice back on the open. I think we have got Steel once again with Henny. That shotgun-style AWP towards the lower ramp. Can't find that first shot. Still can't back him up either. But no one taking any damage for now. So, bit of an exciting moment, but it'll come to a standstill. But a decent grenade towards Device.
FNX pushes the smoke, makes it work, finds 2. Dupree gets any back, but FNX has to reload. Finds the time and space to do it, but Dupree finds 3. And he's the last of which. So what a job done. How quickly it changes. Bomb down now in Dupree's hands as well, but Device finds himself in the 1v1 with Steel Nade's gonna go out. Device, it goes deep, leaves him on 51, nearly caught in transition as the spray goes through as well. Steel's gonna hold it. Device, he's got the lineup wrong. 1 second, it's
can't do
done.
it.
Steel's got the round. Immortals have 2-0 as the scoreline in the first of our second overtime.
They can be so frustrating. You just lose track of the bomb for 1 second there. You've got 5 seconds to find that player. As soon as the spray doesn't hit in the first like 2 or 3, the panic starts to set in. You're running out of bullets as well. You're just starting to tap. And Device, he found himself on the receiving end of that. Immortals 5-3. Oh, these rounds have been so good so far. Like, there's no one getting clean sweeps. Every round's coming down to these tight clutch situations. It's so cool to watch. Now then, round number 3 of the first half of second overtime of the second tiebreak. Our last tiebreak.
Tiebreaker of our inaugural 3-way tiebreak system.
At the 11th IEM.
Remember that Astralis had an overtime victory versus both NIP and Fnatic. So how close they could have been out of the groups altogether. And a team like maybe NIP, they didn't look as convincing to me today, but more importantly, Fnatic could have been through these groups. Start off well, and he's got the first. They go 3-0 here, real chance they take the second seed in the group. Henny's gonna follow up by taking Device. It's the 3 AKs remaining. Bomb plant successful. Molotov doesn't quite land. Glaive, fast after the plant as well to strike and take down Lucas, who was waiting to wrap around after the flames extinguished, thinking that he had position, control, and aggression toward them that they would not be expecting. It's just Dupree remaining. Good kills found by Bolts on the last. Good lineup from Dupree to find Bolts. Doesn't have a Molotov, he'll stay the low ground. Goes back in the sidewalk instead. They're gonna expect him to peek out from the doorway, and he's gonna try and get clever. They're not on the bomb and rotate around, but he's spotted. Now he's gotta play a game of tactics. Smokes down, not on top of it, 1 HP, and it's a knife from Henny. Slice, slice, it's been nice, but it's gonna be thrice rounds in a row. That makes no sense, but I like rhymes. Immortals will get 6-3 as we swap over, they need 1 more.
How tense does it get at the end of every single round? The knife comes in, and that's normally the go-to strategy. You saw what happened to Device before. If you're close enough to pull the knife out or stop the defuser coming in, that makes sense, but it's the CT's actually stopping the terrorist coming in, and it's actually going to work out. And the 3-0 for Immortals. This is kind of nuts. Just in terms of, like, just to paint a picture for you, no one's getting eliminated here. If you just tuned in, you can hear, like, the match music, the match point music and everything. It's just deciding seeds going forward. Both of these teams will be in the quarterfinals. FaZe have already made it to semis, but it's a big deal, right? Going and getting an easier route to the final, you know, it all adds up.
Absolutely. I mean, the 2 and 3 doesn't matter really until we see who they have to play tomorrow.
Yeah.
In theory, it does, but you don't know how things are going to line up.
It's CSGO, anyone can beat anyone, right?
Exactly.
So, you know.
But it's a formality. It has to be done because you have to decide. Otherwise, if they don't do this, then the other team's going to say, well, I want that game. Well, no, now you're clear cut. It's defined. Kirby gets Henny. That's a trade back, though. Steel had a kill beforehand. However, there is an offset kill. Xipix now doubles that up. 3-1, Steel. He goes aggressive, can't find it. Device gets the shot back, so Astralis do manage to keep it alive a little bit longer. But they've got to find 2 more just to force out another set.
Certainly do. Do we get tactical pauses here?
It's a good question. That's one scenario we haven't asked.
It's uncharted
about.
Territory for us, so I'm here with you viewers. We're not 100% sure. I'm going to assume not. We haven't seen one yet. You don't normally in overtime, but no breaks. There you go. Just to confirm for everyone.
Nades go up. What are your thoughts on this process as a player?
It's been a bit of a nightmare overall. Like, this is really stressful stuff, especially like now this game's happened. I wouldn't be that stressed out. It's the one just starting the semi-final. These kind of rounds, like loads of fast plays and like making calls of just UMPs and overtimes and stuff like that. You'd be so stressed out, but you just a feeling of elation when it's over. That'd be a massive, amazing feeling for FaZe, I'm sure. But
I think as a caster and a viewer, I really like it from that perspective. But I'd be curious to see what the players think.
It'll be a very long time, I think, before we see this again. This is such a rare outing for us in CSGO. It's been in the rulebook for a long time now, but just never actually happened.
You watch. Now it's going to happen every tournament.
Probably.
We popped the cherry. Xipix crosses over inside of the site. Smoke at upper. He tries to find a better angle, but now drops down instead. Device has the op. Defensive. But Immortals have a man advantage and a map point scenario.
Towards inside. Now, this will be a contact play. One flash in, jump through the AWP. Whoever hits this shot pretty much wins the round, but Zipex opens up first.
That works out very well. Device, though, gets 2 back. Kiarbi is far removed. He's going to try and rotate now, coming up the stairs out of T-spawn, but Henny can't find the lineup on the 2 players entering from Z-Connector. Bomb does get planted. Lucas finding Device. Op goes down. Kiarbi's gotten closer. He's above the railing. He may actually spot Lucas as well, and does successfully find the kill. This pulls Henny's attention back that direction. Flash goes down, but he knows he's got time and space to work with. He's unsure of exactly how much. And look at Glaive. They know he's going to be in the high ground, but he's on the ladder. It's not the right place to be. He goes low, but Pistol can't find the kill. Knows Kiarbi's going to be approaching in the air. He can't find the shot. 6-5. We stay alive at least one more.
That no-scope actually hit as well. I thought it was going to be like some brutal headshot that wins in the round, but only, I think he hit him through the walls. It only does 85 damage, but still, these rounds are so tense for Astralis here. One more to take us to another set of Tiebreaker, and Astralis will be bringing double orbs potentially. I can see Kiarbi's got a pistol handle now. No, he gets an AK. So 2 AKs, 1 orb, and up against the ropes, Immortals here. Tech9, a Galil, limiting the grenades as well. What's the play here? Is it something fast? Looks like they'll be sending 4 players towards inside. Lucas looking to challenge towards that little ramp. Just Zipex waiting from the other side, and some fast pop-dog play here from Glaive as well. Bolts might be flashing in. We'll go down dry. We'll see what happens.
Bolts to wait. Wait and wait and wait. Glaive Dupree playing together again down at Pop Dog. Looking for, if one's flashed, the trade play. It worked last time. Can it work again? And I don't even remember if it worked against Immortals or was that phase at this point in time.
Let's just live in the moment, Matt.
So 4 in the brown halls. FNX still waiting to see if anyone does want to walk up that ladder. Let's quickly send them back down. Glaive's thinking of it still. Smokes go out in B. Zipex and Device force back. Kiarbi's already rotating through CT. Glaive's gone. Glaive's up. Surely he's up at this point in time. He's up there now. Dupree's gonna follow in his footsteps, knowing he's up there securely in Device. Zipex, they've got kills inside of the site. It's likely we do this all again because the flank is timely, and Glaive's got the kill on Steel. It's down to just FNX, and he's found, caught, and call it done. We start again.
Everything reset once more. Anything that's happened already has been erased. And we go into the 3rd set of Tiebreaker between Astralis now and Immortals. I don't look too happy about it.
Head shakes,
yeah.
Scrub out the eyes. I told you we'd burn the midnight oil.
Yeah, it's something about this building that always
It's true, we
delivers.
had that quarterfinal last year. We had the 4 quarterfinals in one day. That actually, in some ways, was a good thing because that was, I think, the tipping point for event organizers to start moving away from the 4 quarterfinal. That was really the biggest moment when we had Fnatic versus Astralis at the time in a very serious matchup.
Yeah.
And there was no one here because of the time of day, and it really did put the wheels in motion to get away from that. So in some ways, it turned out to be a good thing, even though at the time it sucked. But you make a good point. Flash through. Oh, Device tries to go for the fast shot without his vision, but doesn't quite land it.
So single orb set up for either side, and FNX towards Ivy by himself. This looks like the wall of smokes towards out. You can see 3 Ts make it 4. Lining up smokes right now. One person holding the flanks as well. I would say a fake is possible considering FNX is towards Ivy. They could run back towards inside if they want to and use him as the dummy. And we'll see if that actually comes to fruition. Actually might be the case here, as they are sending 1 player towards it. It actually will be the outside push. And Lucas with the bomb. He leads the charge, but Glaive strikes first and takes him down.
Shot at that from Glaive, but Steel gets Glaive back. Henny finds Dupree. 6 to 6. Zipex goes through the smoke, but Bolt's there to find him. He'll follow that up and get Kiarbi. Bomb's not planted, and Device has given himself a room to work with. 1 versus 3, but it's going to go down safely behind the train. Flash goes out. Device gets aggressive. Has to. AWP in hand as well. Quick check back toward A main. No sight of anyone. And now he tries to look again on the ladder to see if they're going to pop up. He'll commit to it eventually. He's got to find an opening. He thinks they're still at A main. They're not. Bolts gets the kill. Immortals will take first service point set.
First service point set.
Of this 3rd overtime of our yeah, you know what I mean.
Well, I think
7
everyone's
to 6.
everyone's with us on that now. But it's 1-0 in the 3rd set of the 2nd game. It's no,
We're
we
having
do
fun with it, at least.
Okay, so Immortals there with the execution, the set piece. At this point, that's probably the best way to go with it. If it's getting late to the evening, they want to make sure they can get that bomb down, have those clutches coming in. But it's Bolt aggressive once again towards outside, pushing through the flashes as well. Can he find anything here? He's getting bullets thrown all around him, but he finds some safety within these smokes at this point. 4 players on the CD towards outside. There's Zipex alone on inner. Smokes down. First frag about to come in.
Glaive gets the shot on Steel, but watch Bolts, who sneaks up from Sandwich, manages as well to find Glaive. He has a chance to find a shot towards Z Connector, doesn't succeed in doing so, but it's Kirby now in Sandwich that wants to shut him down. Bolts manages to win that duel as well. Dupree at the hitch. He's gonna be a bit of a bitch because he snaps back around to catch them off at Old Bomb. Henny's there to trade it, but it's a slap in the face and a 2 kill for him. Henny on the Tech 9. It's low HP on Zipex. He can find 2 in a row yet again for Immortals. He knows Zipex has gone somewhere toward Popdog, but not showing himself. Did he make it to E-Box, or did he go to Z? He thinks it's going to be E-Box, but he has the bomb. That's the one thing that saves him out of all of this.
He has a huge advantage now. Now Zipex has lost track of him. That low HP, it seems like Henny is aware of that as well. He wouldn't be walking around at the Tech 9 if he wasn't aware. So at this point, no one knows where each other have gone. Has Zipex gone towards inside? Has Henny? It's the mind games, and oh, we might just spot him here. I think they could have spotted each other. They looked in the same direction, but still, 30 seconds remaining. Henny, no smokes, no grenades to work with. Zipex has got a smoke grenade, but no kits. I'm sure he can find one somewhere, but it will be an inside plant as we go down towards lower ramp. And you have to be very cautious here. He has no idea where Zipex has gone.
Henny gets to be bomb planted. And Zipex
Needs to find a kit here. Did he not plant? There he goes, just about.
that almost cost him because he was
Why did he
5
stop?
seconds. I'm not sure. Perhaps at a hunch? I didn't quite see. I was looking over at the money to see how it settles because this will be 2 straight losses in a row. Tags in 1 HP for Henny. And Zipex just straight up wins the duel. So we'll go 1-1 to start off overtime 3.
They knew his low HP as well. I can see them actually talking the server because Steel is asked. He's called, he's dinked him. And that was really weird. It might not seem like a big deal, but the fact he fluffs that first plant, he's just lost 4 seconds by having to do it again. I'm not sure why he committed by 3 seconds, then stopped just the last second, then goes to the full plant, and he gives himself a really poor position with that AWP at that point. He could actually got towards lower ramp maybe and use the Tech 9 and force Zipex to make the next move. But regardless, Astralis do pick up that round. And we're going to number 3 here. Immortals getting the bomb down, money absolutely fine for them. And there will be 4 players towards those inner halls again, but Bolt still be checking things out towards main entrance. Doesn't find too much, and he gets flashed off, but a really nice flashbang from Lucas and co. They managed to get the first kill.
Thought Glaive was going to get both. It's 5 HP left for FNX as he did get the kill. But look at the push going out from Kirby. Again, all the way down the lane. Steel's going to walk back directly toward this. In fact, not even looking. Kirby. Oh, does he check? Oh, it goes the other way.
Oh my god.
And now it's a chance for Immortals with bomb down 4 versus 2 in the post. To get another lead, heading at half. Watch the fact that Device looks quite sharp, but he's got to be Hawkeyed versus 3 more. And he's left alone to do so. Quick check toward A main. Throws out the op, grabs an M4 instead. Finds one at Hitch, that's bolts down. Back to the op he goes. Close range he thinks is dealt with, pre-scoped in, sees the Molotov land, knows they've got to be on top of the train. He thinks actually it came from him in, it was bounced, so it was misleading. And it makes it 8-7. Hey, look, that's a regulation score half.
Yep.
Got an 8-7 half, Henry.
We've done like another map and a half here with this stuff, but
That's all right.
Actually, I've been really enjoying. I'm not even just saying that. Normally, I wouldn't be
exciting.
saying that, but
Oh, really?
yeah,
So what
normally,
you're saying is you're a liar and a seller,
Normally,
Henry.
I lie, but for this particular instance, I actually think this is really 6 CS, and it's actually kind of exciting to see how the teams are operating and how they're trying to outwit their opponents with like the different playing styles and the change of pace every single round.
Yeah, I think it's a great way to settle up a tiebreak because that way it's not done on paper outside of the server. You want to settle it? You want to see who gets the semifinal? Let's go. FaZe, they were the ones to do so. Now we're settling who's 2nd and 3rd out of Group A. Steel forced back, flash out, close position. Kirby jumps before he can defend. And Astralis might bring this back immediately after we swap over because Zipex has gotten a kill as well, and that allows Kirby to go all the way through to CT spawn. No way FNX expects this. Pop out, spots him before he gets toward the other entrance. Gives Bolts a chance to trade, but it still gives them the advantage. Watch the op shot down the line. That could have opened up a significant portion of the map to them, especially on the retake. Nade goes in, Henny hits the shot on Device, double op retake, and they're gonna get this close, nearly hitting a no-scope as well, still alive for more. But Dupree gets it, and he closes it at that.
Towards inside we go for Astralis. They manage to tie things up here at 8-8, and it's Dupree. We always talk about it. If you get towards that inner bomb site, pushing down, challenging the rotating CTs here, and it's going to be Kiabi. He gets that initial frag still, couldn't really do much about it. And the Molotov dropped towards Connected, that stops the rotations as well. Very decent round to kick things off there, and the reply. The retour comes in from Immortals, going to be the double orb setup for Henny, and still with a single orb setup for Astralis. We did talk about this before. They're not a team that really has a double orb setup to really fall back onto. And we saw Dupree earlier today picking that weapon, which he's certainly not known for. They lost that string to their bow when Carrigan left the team. As we get into it,
Winner of this, I was going to say, winner of this round gets map point.
Yes.
As well in this current set. Oh, you can see that gun barrel surely. X-ray turned off at the right time to see if he could or not, but the shot came through, I couldn't tell. Device misses the shot above the flick upward to try and make this work. Flash goes back his direction, Molotov at Sandwich as well. FNX is waiting in the corner at Hell, and Lucas is gonna go aggressive.
This is so
right
perfect.
time. This is exactly the right time. Down the ladder. Hell, ooh, okay. Even more patient than I expected.
No way, don't do this.
Overtime knife. Come on, Config. At least it's not a spot in the playoffs at the major. It's just a seed position, and it wasn't a 1-on versus 1 with 2 HP. Sorry, Config. I'll never justify that in your favor. As Device starts to head in, he'll be found immediately by FNX, and it's map point for Immortals.
A knife as well. Like he said, it's certainly not that sort of scenario, but it's the bomb as well. You just want to be guaranteeing that kill, but I guess it all works out in the end. And the knife kill for Lucas pays off. Well, there we go then. Round number 6 out of 6, like he said, map point has been achieved, indeed match point. And if Astralis can pull this one back, we go into, is it triple at this point?
We would go to quadruple.
Quadruple. That would be a record on the inaugural the inaugural tiebreaker series here, the 11th Katowice IEM, wherever we are.
On planet Earth, in the only galaxy known to have human life on it. Although we found some new planets.
We did.
Looks promising. Steel's gonna back up. Can't find a shot. Lucas does get glaive beforehand, though, but Astralis, a lot of map control, have a bomb down. And if they win this, you said it, we do our 4th series of overtimes. Our 4th set. Dupree, Molotov towards Z connector as well. Kirby's getting very aggressive, rightfully so, because the Molotov towards Z funnels them likely towards CT if they want to be quick to the scene. He's off angle, he's high above, easy shot. And it's now, although the HP starts to dwindle on the Astralis side, a man advantage for them to work with. Nice headshot toward Lucas as well. Not getting much to work with. Zippix, he's found Henny. He's gonna go ahead and take down Bolts as well. Lucas has it all to do. 2 HP. Oh, what a shot on Kirby! As he had 1 bullet left in the magazine, he finds it. Now he's got a real chance. However, he still doesn't know that Zippix is walking behind. Bomb's done, so start it all again, guys.
Reset. So everything up to this point is meaningless. It all gets resets. And it's Astralis doing a good job to pull it back there. Immortals, I thought they had that one. It closed up. Zipex with 3 kills there. He's been lights out this tournament, to be fair to him. He has been fantastic. He's normally known to have the clutches and have the big rounds every now and then per game, right? But he's been like top of the scoreboard pretty consistently for his team.
That was sick.
That was pretty sick, but almost irrelevant considering the situation of the bomb. But it was a good display of skill, I'll give you that.
Right, Henry. Let's do it again. Day 1 and my voice is strained. This is new.
My voice has never been strained. It's only you doing the talking, but this is the first time I've got to do a hoarse voice. But it's good. I like it. I like this feeling.
Yeah, well, we'll see how that rolls.
Tomorrow when I wake up and I can't talk. Okay, then. 3 players towards Ivy. Zipex and Glaive holding in. And once again, still, he just loves pushing this lower ramp, and it looks like he's going to get away with it, but Zipex, he's ready for it this time, and it's going to be a 5-on-4. Astralis now on the T side, with no time really expired. Don't need to commit. They have 3 players towards Ivy. Just hold up, wait for a reaction. There it is. Device misses the shot, but he's got a bit of information here, and they're baiting out CT utility, bleeding them out, trying to get rid of all the grenades they have available to them. So this is looking very good right now. 1 minute 20. No one has to commit to anything. They can just fall back into a full default at this stage.
Bolts backs off. Kirby at server with bomb. Dupree outside behind at Ivy. And Bolts will play at the cubby. Flash goes that direction. Bolts swiftly and aptly able to avoid. Oh, tapping that smoke, but flashing himself out of the corner. They knew where he was. If he'd waited a second longer, he might have gotten away with that given the smoke's position. Hard to say if they check it or not, but it's the advantage pulled back ever so slightly as FNX gets Dupree downed by Glaive. He'll bring bomb in the hands of Kirby to safety by getting that kill as well because it opens up the lane from the third alley. And he wants someone to back off that direction. Quick switch of the gun. Down he goes. Down goes Lucas. Astralis serve first.
They certainly do. Towards outside they go, managing to overcome Immortals in quite a clean fashion there. That first pick comes in. They slowed things right down. You can see they had an execution in mind or some sort of take towards outside, the 3 towards Ivy. They find the first pick, slowed it right down, recalibrated, baited out that CT utility, and managed to, oh, okay, the order time is back out. Before I finish my point, that's always an interesting addition. On Train, it's actually really powerful. It's Mirage and Train, I think, are the best.
CT side.
CT side, for sure. Definitely not the T side auto sniper. I think that was a mistake. I was thinking about that earlier. I think that was
yeah, I didn't want to say it because it's hard to tell, but yeah, I think you're right. Post plant in a smoke diffuse, I can see it being sick.
Zipex just took a ton of damage.
Yeah, that's big. And down he goes. A ton of damage, the nade will do it. There's a smoke inside of the Ivy position as well. Dupree and Kiarbi. As Kiarbi backs off. Will vacate the premises of such an Ivy position. Trying to do damage elsewhere, perhaps the better plan. Steal on B is going to look down from outside of Z to the lower position entry point of the B site.
5 and 4. Bolts now. He's picked up that first frag. There's auto sniper yet to be sprung, and it's actually going to be coming towards him as he makes the first shot, gets the first kill, looking for some more here.
Problem is he stepped off, and that gave up a bit of motion, and Device is able to echolocate, find Lucas as well inside of smoke as he works his way in toward the B site. Bomb plant down. Now it could be 2 in a row for Astralis. It is still 3 versus 3, but it's the ground upon which they walk that seems superior to that which Immortals are dealt with because they've got to walk out from Z, tight choke point, spread across the confines of the site, deal with Device's AWP, and surpass Kiarbi just to get in a position to defuse. Kiarbi I was going to say not going to allow that to happen. Does lose the exchange against Bolts, who goes better than that, and fights forward. They've actually done it.
They've actually done it. 3 kills of Bolts as well. I think he's one of the unsung heroes of Immortals usually. Like, he's obviously...
He was sick on Cash this morning.
A big name in terms of like, the history of Counter-Strike, but he certainly is one of the superstars of the team, and he's been performing very well indeed here at Katowice. And Max 7 comes in, okay. All right, FNX, what have you got up your sleeve here? It's certainly a very viable weapon here on Train. Normally used towards Pop Dog, maybe lower ramp as well. You can push in towards that lower ramp area with the smoke, but it looks like he'll be heading towards the former, getting in towards Pop Dog, and he might have someone running to his cross there momentarily as Glaive waits above.
Heading out toward Ivy as well. Dupree, Device, Kiarbi in that position, FNX above, or rather below, with Glaive above. Lucas and Steele inside of the B site. Quietly in the distance from our current camera position. Utility deployed. Out toward Ivy to be specific as a smoke lands in front of Bolts. Dupree will redeploy that. And a Molotov, a flash. Bolts gets his own personal fireworks display to look at. But now the execution comes. The smoke's down. Zipix has already thrown. Pop flash. Down the ladder. FNX fully blind. Never mind the shotgun. Doesn't even pull the trigger. Henny flags up one. Can't land the no-scope on the other. Drops down. Pistol. Damage as well, but it won't suffice. 3 very low players from Astralis that are inside of the site as they want to try and make this 2-1 in their favor before swapping over to 1 versus 5. And Lucas has already found it. Sorted. And we'll swap it. But do we stop it? Because they could still keep going all night.
It's never ending. We're going to be here.
The never-ending story. The song that never ends. Yes, this game goes on and on, my friends.
Okay, so we're still in quadruple, aren't we? Are we going quintuple?
Yeah, this is quadruple.
Okay. We're going for another. It's definitely happening. CT side, just need 2 rounds. They've got this.
Thank you for jinxing it, Henry.
It's good.
I am going to bottle you as soon as this goes to the next overtime.
Do not condone that sort of behavior.
I only have plastic bottles, so you'll be fine.
Round number 1, second half of the overtime. I won't do that again. Is Ipex towards lower ramp and dupreeh towards Pop Dog once again. It's going to be still watching for that inside aggression. Position he's very familiar with indeed. As we have Device and Calby patrolling towards Ivy as well. Looks like an inside play by the looks of things for now. As dupreeh trying to get some sort of sound cue here, see if he can work anything out. Henny though with the pop flash in hand might just be looking to attack him.
Flash in, dupreeh. He land on his head, finds it, and dupreeh! Dupe, D-U-double, I don't even know what I was going to go with on that. Does find 2, able to shut them down, and he's going to climb back up the ladder, but he might be overextending his stay at this point in time because Steel waits.
Yeah.
He does find the opening kills, though, for Astralis.
Certainly an overplay at that point. You found the 5-on-3, and you're not happy with that. You have to push a bit further, and that's given them a window now to actually get back into this round. 4 versus 3 now. Still the advantage, of course, for Astralis, but didn't have to be this close. Clay doing a good job, though. He gets a frag and the bomb down. That should be round concluded.
4 versus 2. Lucas and FNX. Glaive, quick spot out from Pop Dog. Not quite sure if he spotted Lucas or not, but he does have to still consider above him. The bomb grabbed by FNX. He'll wait it out. Smoke in play. Lucas still trying to find an opening as well as Kiarmi. He's down toward Hell. FNX has got his opening. It's doable. It's still winnable. Bomb's going to rotate. Device is set with the AWP. Misses this shot, and there's a real chance they have trouble because he goes for more. Lucas has the ground to walk off, but a good response from Kiarmi. It has to be FNX to get the next kill if they want any chance. And Astralis, they've got map point. If I can do my math still.
There you go. You're right. Wait for the sound. Then you know you're going to be right. Here's a little replay. This was, what were we calling him? Double Doopy?
It was going to be Dupe, D-U-double-E, dupreeh, you know, Snoop Dogg, but I kind of messed that up, all right? So let's forget I ever had that idea, and I've ruined it.
Well, I liked your intentions. Well,
we'll wait about 6 months, everyone will forget, and then I'll use it in a big event, and I'll sound clever again.
Okay, perfect. Henny towards main entrance at this point. Like you said, it is indeed match point for Astralis, and Device, though, he takes a leg shot. Was that? You know what the weapon is going to be? FNX to hit him, so maybe it was just a few shots with the AK and an HE grenade landing on him, but still, advantage for now, at least for Immortals, but not for long. Kiarmi winning by the server, takes down FNX, and one step closer to ending this game.
dupreeh goes in, but no need to be aggressive. They have the advantage. They get him and Zipix, and it's Device that's low on HP. There's no need. Kiarmi does pull back bomb, but he's on his own and holding it. They're going to rotate back around from A main. Double flash out. Can't find it. His team tried. That was from over the top of A site. It's on to Device. 16 looks, realizes they've not gone that direction. Very likely they're going to Glaive. But how fast do they get down the brown halls? Glaive gets off the ladder.
Come on.
He's got to hold this. Knows they're going from this showers, but it doesn't land. And Lucas is going to make this round pretty much impossible for Device.
Yeah, he might as well save his AWP. He has the kip and he has the AWP, but once this bomb goes down, 3 terrorists to find, it's almost impossible. Need to keep that money up. We've already discussed this to its death on Train. We've cast a lot of Train here. So, for one last time, I'll have to... Oh, okay. Oh, he wants
well, I know the situation. It's going to be 2
a little green one.
I like the green one.
Wasn't happy with the blue one. But anyone who's wondering why we keep playing Train over and over again. So, we've got our semi-finalists already. That was FaZe. There were 3 teams in total in this tiebreaker scenario. They all finished a Group A 4-1. At that point, we had to play this tiebreaker scenario. Everyone got to veto 2 maps. We ended up on Train. Everyone has to play Train, round-robin format. The first team to go 2-0, which was FaZe. They managed to book themselves a place in the semi-final and skip a day's play. Now, we're looking for the 2nd and 3rd place, which is right now looking like to be Astralis, seeing as they have match point. But if we go to quintuple overtime, that's if Immortals pick up this round.
Drop all the pistols,
That can happen.
all the guns, bunch of P250s, AWP, M4 down.
Zeus's. Get it all.
Are we going to do this again, Henry? You said not.
Unbelievable.
And I'm going to bottle you.
You've got to stop saying that, I think. It could get us in trouble.
It's a plastic water bottle, okay? You'll be all right come morning.
As the first kill comes in.
Well, it goes the way of the team on map point. Astralis pick it up, Device to do so. There's smokes and Molotovs thrown out toward A main. Flash above as well. Device goes back to just check off the Ivy position, but it's locked out Lucas, so they can't get an op pick inside of the site. FNX has made it backside server. Waiting for the right opportunity to strike. Speaking of strike, Device gets tagged, down to 12, relocates top train, but he's got to be very careful. And I think he'll go far more passive from this point on in the round. FNX wants closer. That smoke's still down. Kiarbi's got to be very careful. And Steel will head down ramp at B. Zipic's waiting. Glave's rotated over. Device is there as well with the low HP because he wants to keep himself alive. Steel on his own. Zipic's in front of him. Might find it as well. Zipic's looking the wrong direction. Down he goes. Back to a 4 versus 4, and now it definitely favors Immortals. Trade thins the defense. Device is low. Up and down the ladder, Steel looks for information. Molotov's thrown, he's got to move. He's got to go up the ladder directly. It's still tagging. 75, but he spots Device. That's the low HP. Leaves him open, it leaves him vulnerable as Glaive wraps back around, but now it's onto the A site. They attack, and Dupree's the linchpin. He sits at the bottom of Pop Dog. He pops out. He's got one already. Kiarbi follows up. It's down to just FNX, and he goes hunting inside of the site. They've rotated around. They're coagulating onto his position, and Astralis secures second in the group.
What a slog that was. The inaugural tiebreaker here at ESL IEM Katowice. Very exciting, I have to say, some really cool CS. Congratulations to FaZe, who booked themselves a place in the semi-final. Consolation prize for Astralis means, although we don't know who's coming out of Group B in 3rd place, it means technically that's the easiest route, but the Group B is so stacked.
Well, theoretically, it's the easiest group, you should say.
What do you mean?
Well, it may not be the easiest.
That's what I mean, that's why I said that.
Yeah, so theoretically,
on paper,
not,
that's
yeah,
what it should be, but if you let me finish.
I'm sorry.
Group B is so stacked, that might not necessarily mean anything. There's so many good teams in that group. We've got like the likes of SK, all the big names I'm forgetting right now, all the other big ones.
All the other guys,
Navi,
all those
VP,
VP, Navi, there is a bunch in that group that are very,
it doesn't
good.
really matter. But Matthew, I've been told we're going to throw it to a quick break, and then the analysis will take over. I've been Henry G, you've been Sedicist, and this
That's the end of our inaugural
tiebreaker.
overtime set point match. Tennis desk next. We'll see you soon. There is no